All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin our next session, which is a keynote address on AI in cybersecurity. May I please request all of you to kindly settle down. We have with us Colonel Indrajit Singh, Chief Cybersecurity Officer from Avara Technology Private Limited. Colonel Indrajit Singh is the Chief Cybersecurity Officer and Head of the Cybersecurity Center of Excellence at Avara Technology. In this role, he is instrumental in building the cybersecurity business unit for the group. He is working on the disruptive technologies in cybersecurity space for securing IT networks, smart cities, and critical information infrastructure. He served in the Indian Defense Forces, is alumnus of IIT Kharagpur and Symbiosis Institute of Management. He is an experienced information systems professional with more than 27 years of experience. May I please now call all of you to kindly applaud and welcome Colonel Indrajit Singh onto the stage.
Do it later. I will come at 4:30.
So until unless, just give us 2 minutes. Can you use the podium mic and we'll just get the call on mic right now, okay?
It's not coming. You got to. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. That's better. I think after lunch, afternoon siesta is always, the best time, and it's the most difficult part to talk when the siesta time is there. Nevertheless, we'll be talking something more different from what you've been talking in the cybersecurity. I think for the last couple of days, 2 odd days, you've been having various sessions of the cybersecurity, and it's been covered in much details and much variations, and talking of the present scenario, the threat perceptions which are there, and the future threats which are going to come up, right? And how the cybersecurity is being moving from, say, from the IPS, IDS, and to the pervasive kind of cybersecurity where it's actually moving to the endpoints, okay? Now, we're going to have this session a bit interactive rather than being a monologue so that, we have everybody inclusive into the discussion. So, have you heard about a situation where you are having a VC conference, okay, in your office, and the complete network gets down the moment you are standing in front of the camera? Anyone? Can it happen? Yes, no? Yes? What would it be? How would it happen? Anyone can say that? Okay, I'll keep the discussions shorter. I'll plant a malware into your system through a spear phishing attack. Bundle it in a manner that it comes into your system through your firewalls. You yourself will click it, and it will remain dormant till the time it will have the facial recognition and the face signatures of yours. And the moment you are in front of the camera, the complete networks will collapse and work in the manner the malware has been programmed to do damage. Is it possible? Yes? Very much. That's AI. Second example, you get a call from your CFO and you've been told to release a payment. You get a mail, which is very smartly drafted mail. when you get it, you say that, this is not something very, what is required. You call him up. When you call him up, there's a person who responds to you in the manner or the tone which your boss talks to you. And when you put a question to him, he responds back in the manner which you're required the replies to be. Your phone is compromised. And when you do so, you give away the kind of answers what is required, and that is AI. And it is the NLP, the machine learning, the data science put together. So that's what is the world we are going to be in. Okay? Coming on to the artificial intelligence part of it, this is what you've been talking of. It's actually disrupting the complete scenario, the complete, ecosystem in the automation, the transportation, your parking, your city planning. Okay? The driverless cars which are there, driving at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour, and I hacked them right from my control center through a malware injected into their system. Those are the threats we are going to face in due course of time, right? Sophia, everybody, seen about, heard about, saw the videos, saw the clippings, and if you remember, 15 days after she was being given the citizenship, and what did she say? Anyone? She said, I want to finish the mankind. Is it? Yes, no? That is what we are, and it's a fact. A machine learning can create the automated solutions for the AI, and it will work in that manner itself. Now, some goods about AI into a healthcare, which is quite interesting. You can, into the accounting and law, you can do a lot of it with the AI. Into a military, you heard about the military drones, very recent one. That's part of the AI. Also into the cybersecurity, which I'm going to be talking of, and finance. Of course, there's lots happening in the finance sector with the AI. So all segments of the society, all segments of your enterprise or the systems are going to be affected by AI in some form or the other. But remember, it's still some time ahead. It's not that everything is now. It's what you're going to be seeing is still 5 to 10 years now. Okay, it's not that when I say AI, is everything is AI enabled. Okay, it's only much less in a supervised manner. Okay, what I am talking of AI is much more in an unsupervised manner. Okay, when it is automated and working autonomously. Okay, what AI does is a surgical system, which to the nanometers, to the precision of your hand, it's able to pick up the surgical parts. Your digital secretary, the Siri, which is already existing in most of the iPhones, that's the AI enabled. The Mars Voyager, the one which is being sent just now, had a lot of components of AI put into it. And walking like a man. There are so many videos on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, with the different variations of AI which have been put together. And AI is in charge of all your infrastructure today. Maybe your power segment, your energy, your military, your computer networks, your airlines. Everywhere we're going to have AI. But it's a super complex. You heard about 737 MAX airline attack, crash of Indonesia? Yes, no? That was the super example of the machine failing a man. Okay, despite the best of the effort, the human couldn't do or control the aircraft because the machine was being designed to function in a particular manner and it crashed. Okay? It's a super complex. Notwithstanding, there are a lot of concerns by all the think tanks all across the world. Some saying it's really beautiful, some saying a threat to the mankind. It's a mixed reaction at this point in time. But yes, The concern is quite large, and it is to be addressed. We cannot just ignore what's happening right now. All the disruptive technologies which is happening, maybe in a data science, AI, your blockchain, whatever, IoT and all, you can do so, right? Sorry. Industrial revolution, and if you read through the industrial revolution, it's the way of the industries, how they're going to be. And AI is a big enabler in implementing the Industrial Revolution 4.0, okay? And what, as per the McKinsey report, is that it is going to impact 3,000x time the first industrial revolution. That's the kind of the impact which AI is going to create on the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Coming on to the pitfall side of it, I told you the good parts of what AI is. Marriott hotel attack, your 500 million accounts gone. You have all the IT people have, in fact, fantastic IT guys punching in the details, updating the patches, but one person who doesn't update the patch, and that's the flaw which the AI is going to catch, that is where you're going to have the attack going to come in. It's going to be automated attacks which are going to be here, and if you look at it, the amount of attacks which were happening earlier, just 2 years back, vis-a-vis last 1 year, is phenomenally increased. Okay, so that is the kind of dynamics which is all changing, and it has increased the threat landscape. Almost 1 billion is the cost of ransomware alone, which was being expended last year. And if you know a malware which comes into your system, it takes almost 229 days to identify, otherwise you don't come to know the malware. Then this was a classic case of the Marriott Hotel. For the last 4 years, they didn't know the malware existed. And it was taking all the data till the time it was found out, okay? And year on year, the growth of the cybersecurity expenditure is going to increase. So because of the AI, because of the threat landscape, it's all changing. If you look at the future of cybersecurity, just see the amount of, threat or the attacks which happened earlier time, vis-a-vis 2015, 16, 17. The number of attacks which have increased multifold. That is how the complete cybersecurity landscape is changing. Coming on to something more interesting, we were all having the antiviruses, yes, no? And anytime you had the virus attack, the earliest thing was either have a patch, plug the patch, or format your PC, okay? And that's how it used to work. Whether, machine or office machine or a home machine, fantastic. But now, that was all signature-based. You used to get the patches. Whereas, what is going to happen now, in the case of AI or the machine learning, it's all going to be anomaly-based architecture. Anomaly in your user behavior, anomaly in your network behavior, anomaly in your, endpoint behavior, everything. So, while you had the complete antivirus from the hips to sandboxing to isolation to detecting, now what you do is a straight line which actually gives you an anomaly-based solution. That is what is the AI in cybersecurity going to be. It's going to ease these kind of malwares, these kind of threats which are going to emerge into your networks. Coming on something interesting. These are going to be the Klasnikovs of tomorrow. It's not going to be a simple one, right? You saw a couple of months, there was a drone attack on Venezuelan president. Yes? Yes, no? And if they had been directed properly with much more intelligence, they would have devastated the complete parade or the people who are standing there. And this is how the weaponized drones are going to work. And the machines that attack on their own by the kind of algorithms which they have and the decisions to be taken on their own. That is the kind of the pitfall side of AI. Okay? The dynamics of the warfare is going to practically change with the AI coming in place. And drones and autonomous vehicles could be hacked using the AI and turned into weapons. Right? Now, how is the machine learning uses in the cybersecurity? So when I spoke of that, we are still sometime ahead, leading to the unsupervised kind of thing. So there are primarily the three levels of AI, which is the supervised, the semi-supervised, and the unsupervised. And the unsupervised is the one which we perceive after 2030. Okay? So it's the data which is going to be there, which will enable the machine learning. It will make more impactful and more meaningful. So with the machine learning, you can have the malware classifications. You can have the spam identifications into your network. You can have the ML security of machine learning security projects for the firewall data. And when it comes to the unsupervised, you can do the DNS analytics. You can do the threat intelligence feed curation altogether. And you can also have the user and entity behavior analytics. This is something very different. Till now, what you've been doing, all networks, you've been monitoring your endpoint through a LAN scanner or something. That's what we are doing. But did we ever think that I'm going to monitor how the user who's sitting on the machine is using that device? Where did he click? What data he posted onto different sites? What files he has uploaded? That's the next level of cybersecurity monitoring, you can say, is a user access behavior. Coming on, it's the machine learning and the AI are your cyber tools for the future. They will give you the behavior modeling. They will give you the analysis to the zero-day attack. What we've been talking of, the zero-day attacks, it can mitigate the risks of new malware on the fly. Okay? And the APTs, which is more as a threat, has got very different proposition. They can analyze those APTs and give a solution to it. So what AI in cybersecurity is, it's not the human versus the machine, it is machine versus the machine. So when I told you there's a drone attack back on your systems, and also you're trying to have a pervasive kind of attacks to prevent the cyber attack from using the AI. So it is both sides. It's a machine versus machine is going to be the future which I'm talking of. And AI as a service, anyone is a bad actor. So we have to ensure of that. And anybody and everyone doesn't have to be a master of the subject. He has to know how to implement it and use those tools and take it ahead. When we talk of AI for the cybercrime, we talk of the AI lifecycle or the kill chain. And the cyber kill chain is the most important fact from its reconnaissance to the operation and monitoring until the end, how the complete malware functions. That is what is the AI in cybercrime going to be. And this is going to give us a lot of insights into the cybersecurity aspect of it. Some of the applications for AI in cybersecurity is the intrusion detection. You have inappropriate web and email content, and you also have the phishing. Right? In specific is the spear phishing. Okay? Earlier we used to talk of the phishing mails, now it's all spear phishing, and most of the attacks which happened of late are being the classic example of spear phishing which took place. Okay? Now, it also helps you when you're putting an AI, and it uses a minimal system resources. It's not going to be the server heavy, it's not going to be the size of the application is not going to be very big. It prevents an attack with superior speed. It's going to be in milliseconds. You can, thread the attack. You can prevent the attack. Also, you can prevent ineffective traditional antivirus tools. So you don't practically need those antivirus tools anymore. Windows 10 is as such, they say that you don't require antivirus at all. It's because the architecture and the kernel is almost different. Okay, and it can attain efficacy rates of greater than 90%. That's what is the advantage of AI. And when we have the drivers for the AI for adoption, some of the drivers are on the view file, but the benefit is give you, it's an automated protection. It gives you a faster response and protection. And also, it's learn to adapt to me and the usability part of it, right? Some of the futures of AI and ML in cybersecurity, it's going to be a superpower for the analyst. And the threat detection systems that learn to learn. So the machine learning is learn to learn kind of the advantage which it's giving. And it also gives the real-time conversion monitoring for your social engineering, your cyberbullying, your fake news. All these are all the happening topics today. The future of AI and ML is that it is predictive protection. Today, while we're talking of the cognitive computing, your prescriptive computing, this is all about the predictive protection which you're going to have in due course of time. These are some of the visions which I thought I'll share with you. And scenario 2020 is about the integrated security IoT, where it's going to be managed integration of IoT, cyber, physical operations under your chief cybersecurity officer. Scenario 25 is going to be adaptive security, where you're going to transition to the global real time of AI and ML-based cyber applications. And the scenario 2040 is going to be neural security. It's going to be enterprise-wide deployment of real-time AI-based cyber defenses. That is how your AI is going to function as a cybersecurity tools. And I leave you with this thought: are we going to be fighting an existential threat? Are we going to do that? So this is a thought. Take it home, think it over, how the AI is going to play in your role in your life, how you need to take care of it into your enterprise, what are the cybersecurity tools which you need to have into your enterprise to thwart those attacks happening onto your enterprises. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thank you. May I please request you to kindly stay back? And at this point of time, can I please request Mr. Shuman Banerjee, Associate Vice President, Human Resources, ABP Private Limited, to kindly step up and present a memento to our distinguished speaker.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. That was definitely a very, very interesting session which we had.